Hey everyone, good afternoon. This is Josh down in Houston. Today we're going to be working on cyanotype printing using nature print paper from a company here in Houston and a water solution and bleach solution. This one's just water, that one's a little bit of bleach with water in it. It's back there. What we have here is the cyanotype paper and a transparency of an image of Houston City Hall. Classic Art Deco 1930s building. Photograph was one I took back in 2012. So getting on toward 8 years ago now. How this works is we're going to put it over here in the sun. See how there's sun over there? The light will expose the image, just like any other photographic process, and it will be ready for us in approximately 4 minutes. That little piece of grass that's gotten in there is not going to affect things at all. Now, as you can see, with a couple of minutes of exposure, the paper has decidedly changed color. Ignore that pink color that's on the transparency. That's left over from a previous project. We'll be bringing this out in a few moments here. Okay, so we're going to call that good. So we're going to pick this up, bring it over here by the water, and flip it over onto its back. This is a specialized frame made for printing transparencies. You definitely do not need one to do this, but I happen to have one, and it makes it a lot simpler for me. You open up the 4 clasps, pop this out, pop this out. That's what it looks like before you do the water bath. Anytime you're working with this stuff, especially when you're outdoors, try and keep it face down because any amount of light definitely impacts it. Alright, so into the water bath. And as you can see, the image from September 2012 came out quite nicely this time. Now, you can either leave it like this and put it in a cool, dry spot that doesn't have any sunlight, and let it develop over 24 hours, because all that we've done right now is stop the image. Or you can speed that whole process along by putting it in a bleach bath like we're about to do. Boom. And as you can see, darker, keeps getting darker and darker. And we're going to call that good. So I'm going to pull it out, let it dry, and do a little voiceover of more details. So, as I said, you pull it out, you let it dry. Now, here we have 3 examples of the paper. This one here in the center is one that I made using a piece of plexi that, and then I accidentally put it in the shade and it didn't print out all properly. This is the one we just made. As you can see, the color and contrast is gorgeous. And this one over here is one that's in a mat that had gotten squished and wasn't really usable for anything else. So a cyanotype went in it, and it's been just kind of hanging on the wall in the apartment for 6 months or so now. This is what the full image looks like in case anyone's curious. As you can see, this is a great, quick, fun process. You can do it with paintings that you've made on paper that's semi-transparent or very transparent. You can print, well, when print shops are open, you can print photographs on transparency and do it that way. Now, a couple of things. First of all, the transparency is a negative. Everything that is dark in the original photograph is light in the transparency, and vice versa. That's so that you get a positive print on this end. Secondly, that water has bleach in it, so don't let anybody in it. Thirdly, the reason this is called cyanotype is because it has cyanide derivative in it, so for God's sake, do not drink the water. If anyone has any questions, feel free to address them below. And tomorrow I am planning to do a nature paper print of just whatever strikes my interest here in the yard, because of course we can't go anywhere just now to speak of. It's probably going to be leaves and flowers and like that, because there are no feathers around at the moment anyway. You all have a wonderful evening. Take care.